ராமன் கதைகள் ஆயிரம், இந்த ராமன் கதையை கேளுங்கள். கோதண்டமாக உழைப்பை ஏந்திய சீதாராமனை பாருங்கள். வறுமை காரகம் தாண்ட படித்த இவன் வரலாறு, திறமை வானகமேற வியர்வைதான் இவன் வேறு. சாதனை ராமன் சீதாராமன். ராமன் கதைகள் ஆயிரம், இந்த ராமன் கதையை கேளுங்கள். கோதண்டமாக உழைப்பை ஏந்திய சீதாராமனை பாருங்கள். பாட்டி அணைப்பில் அருள் காட்டி வளர்க்க, தூரம் நடந்தான் பாரம் சுமந்தான் வாழ்வை புரிந்தான். தலை எழுத்தை எடுத்து தாளில் எழுதி தரணி ஜெயித்தான். காற்றை போல் இவன் கடலை தாண்டி வென்றான். ராமன் கதைகள் ஆயிரம், இந்த ராமன் கதையை கேளுங்கள். கோதண்டமாக உழைப்பை ஏந்திய சீதாராமனை பாருங்கள். நடந்து களைத்திட ஓடி இழைத்திட தேர்வுகள் முடித்தான். இளைய வயதினில் மூத்த வயதுக்கு பாடங்கள் எடுத்தான். விடியல் சூட்டில் வர வெளிச்சம் ஏட்டில் கண்டான். உலகில் அரிசி வர கலையும் இவன் புரிந்தான். ஒரு சபரி வளர்த்த ஸ்ரீராமா, சீதாபதி ராமா, ஸ்ரீராமா சீதாராமா. ராமன் கதைகள் ஆயிரம், இந்த ராமன் கதையை கேளுங்கள். கோதண்டமாக உழைப்பை ஏந்திய சீதாராமனை பாருங்கள். வறுமை காரகம் தாண்ட படித்த இவன் வரலாறு, திறமை வானகமேற வியர்வைதான் இவன் வேறு. சாதனை ராமன் சீதாராமன். ராமன் கதைகள் ஆயிரம், இந்த ராமன் கதையை கேளுங்கள். கோதண்டமாக உழைப்பை ஏந்திய சீதாராமனை பாருங்கள்.
Dr.Seetharaman, Chief Executive Officer of Doha Bank, is a recipient of multiple doctorates from leading universities in the world. PhD in Global Governance by European University, and PhD in Green Banking and Sustainability from Sri Sri University.
An astonishing commitment to lifelong learning, is a holder of multiple doctorates, is known for his thought leadership. In fact, you can't restrain him from expounding his thought leadership at times. He knows what I mean. And also, and this is terribly impressive as well, has a huge commitment to CSR, to green issues, to ethical issues. The winner of our Lifetime Achievement Award in 2015 is Dr.Seetharaman, Group Chief Executive Officer of Doha Bank.
He was conferred with the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Bank of Middle East to honour his contribution to the industry and his support for the environment and the business. Dr. Seetharaman was honoured with the Green Economy Visionary Award in 2016 by the Union of Arab Banks for his contribution in promoting green economies. In 2017, he was recognised and conferred by the Government of India with the prestigious Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Award, the highest honour conferred on overseas Indians by the Government of India. Recently, he was honoured with Global Excellence Award in Renewable Energy as well. He has also received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Institute of Directors. Being a leading top-tier bank CEO, he has transformed Doha Bank as one of the best-performing banks in the Middle East region. He has been named Best CEO in the Middle East 4 times in the last 12 years. He is a chartered accountant and holds a certificate in IT systems and corporate management, whilst being a gold medalist in his graduation Bachelor of Commerce. He is a prominent personality in the banking industry throughout the Middle East, and being a high-profile economist, he is invited on a regular basis by international media such as the BBC, CNN, Fox, CNBC, Sky News, ABC and Bloomberg to share his views.
Your potential is magnanimous enough to recognize this world is fully at large. With the change in digitization, world is at your fingertip. Information is power. You can change the world. You are the world. You are the future. You are setting the destiny for yourself. There's no question about it. Together, we can create better world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention.
When my doctorate was given in 2012 in Washington, after Senior Bush got it in 2011, 2012, the honorary doctorate was given to me by Washington College.
Optimism, innovation, and a commitment to fair and open business practices that are just as good for the environment as they are for the client's bottom line. These are the fundamental principles underlying the remarkable success of Raghavan Seetharaman, Chief Executive Officer of the fastest growing bank in the world. Mr. Seetharaman's enduring promotion of good governance and transparency and his commitment to corporate social responsibility have profoundly changed the banking industry in Doha, the Middle East, and beyond. In recognition of your extraordinary leadership and your achievements in global banking, Washington College is pleased to present to Raghavan Seetharaman the honorary degree Doctor of Laws.
We live in a changing world. Change is happening on account of globalization. Change is happening on account of re-regulation. Changes are happening on account of technology, as President mentioned. Change is happening on account of consumerism. We lived and we are living in an interconnected world with much more interdependency. We live in Facebook world. We are all content providers. This new world order is creating new opportunities. Inspirational, interesting, exciting. That's the trend we are seeing. Life is interesting and exciting as long as we follow principle-centered administration within yourself. That's what I've learned. I want to set in discipline to myself when I was a young learner. Some of the principles which I practiced If it is of interesting to the new generations, I will be contented for standing today. It was self-realization that God is within you. It is your parents which are setting the stone for your creation, and they are your first God. Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. This is what my language says. Self-realization, integrating your heart, mind and soul is eternal, and that will set you the right kind of discipline for you to be peaceful. You create a world which is peaceful, for you create a generation which is peaceful. That's principle number 1. Principle number 2, setting goals. Having realized vision is important, having understood knowledge is important, getting the knowledge is the prime importance for me when I was a young child. My father was just earning 75 rupees, equivalent to $6.
My mother was pledging her jewels and trying to educate me because I challenged my parents, saying that I will not study in the local village school. I have to go to a best school in town, which is 10 kilometers away in Tanjore district in Tamil Nadu.
மாயவரம் நேஷனல் ஸ்கூல் பெரிய ஸ்கூல்மா. அங்க 8ஆம் கிளாஸ் படிக்கணும்னு எனக்கு ஆசைமா. பாட்டி, அங்க படிச்சவாலாம் பெரிய மனுஷாலா இருக்கா. நானும் நன்னா படிச்சு பெரியாளானா நோக்குதான பாட்டி பெருமை.
குழந்தை எங்க ஆசைப்படுறானோ அங்கேயே படிக்கவே.
I lived in a village 10 kilometers away. A best school was available. It is going to cost me 30% of my father's package. How could I do it? I insisted. They obliged. Essentially, I was feeling the pinch. I went to my headmaster.
சீதாராமா, உன் குடும்ப கஷ்டம் எனக்கு நன்னா தெரியும். நீ நன்னா வாசிக்கிற பையன்தான். ஒன்னு செய், இந்த வருஷம் நன்னா படிச்சு நிறைய மார்க் வாங்கு. அம்பாபாய் இலவச சத்திரத்துல நீ 3 வருஷம் தங்கி படிக்கிறதுக்கு நான் ஏற்பாடு பண்றேன்.
That was a challenge. I took it with responsibility. I realized knowledge is eternal. Knowledge society can never fail. Essentially, you as an individual can secure your values by securing knowledge. That's what I understood. I was ready for the challenge. I committed. I did well on the first drive. 8th standard, I was scoring very well. The last exam was mathematics. That was a deciding day for me to secure my hostel for 9th, 10th, 11th. Setting goal is important. I set the goal. I have to execute. I executed all the examination, the last exam, testing time. It was at 8:30. I used to catch the bus to the downtown. 10 kilometers away. It takes an hour. 9:30 I should be reaching there. 10 o'clock is the exam.
மாமா, மணி என்ன ஆறுது?
மணி 9 ஆகுதுப்பா.
ஐயோ, 10 மணிக்கு பரீட்சை. மாயவர பஸ் போயிடுதா?
பஸ் இன்னும் வரலையாப்பா?
வரவே இல்லையா? பரீட்சைக்கு நாழி ஆறுது. நான் இப்ப எப்படி போறது?
தம்பி, பஸ்ஸை நம்பி பரீட்சையை கோட்டை விட்டுறத. வர்ற வண்டியை பிடிச்சி போ, இல்லைன்னா ஓடு.
I ran to my home. Something has to happen. I took my cycle. I was driving.
அம்மா, பஸ் வரல. நான் சைக்கிள் எடுத்துட்டு போறேன்.
பார்த்து போயிட்டு வராமா.
Cycle 2 kilometers, cycle got punctured. Still, I have to go 8 more kilometers. There was a fire in me, determination in me, that I kept the bicycle on the road. I took the books. I was running 8 kilometers. By 10:20, I was in the school. I did exams, and I secured the school admission for next 3 years. So determination drive the force. Setting goal was useful for me when it comes to corporate vision and execution. And clearly, determination was important for you to secure your education and also further in your professional walk of life.
பாட்டியும் தாத்தாவும் எனக்காக எவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்படுறா. நான் அவளுக்கு என்ன உதவி பண்ண போறேன்?
போட்டு பாரடா எதிர் நீச்சல் சாரதாம் போடா தலைவிதி என்பது பெரும் கூச்சல் எண்ணி துணிந்தால் எங்கு
மாமா, பேப்பர் போட பையன் வேணும்னு போட்டிருக்கேளே, நான் பேப்பர் போடலாமா?
பாக்குறதுக்கு ரொம்ப சின்ன பையனா இருக்கியாப்பா.
6ஆம் கிளாஸ் படிக்கிறேன். சைக்கிள் நன்னா ஓட்டுவேன், வேகமாவும் ஓட்டுவேன். ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க மாமா.
உங்க வீட்ல எதுவும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்களாப்பா?
அம்மா அப்பா தேரெழுந்தூர்ல இருக்கா. நான் இங்க பாட்டியாத்துல தங்கி படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கேன். பாட்டி என்ன படிக்க வைக்க ரொம்ப சிரமப்படுறா. இந்த வேலை எனக்கு கிடைச்சதுன்னா ரொம்ப ஒத்தாசையா இருக்கும் மாமா.
சரி, போயிட்டு சாயங்காலம் வா.
சாயங்காலத்துல இருந்தே பேப்பர் போடலாமா?
சாயங்காலம் ஒரு பையன் வருவான். அவன் வந்து எந்தெந்த வீட்டுல எப்படி போடணும்னு சொல்லுவான். நீ காலையில இருந்து போடலாம். சரியா?
சரி மாமா. மாமா, அந்த போர்டு எடுத்து உள்ள வச்சிடுறேலா?
ஏன்பா?
அதான் பேப்பர் போட பையன் கிடைச்சிட்டேனே.
ரொம்ப சுட்டி பையனா இருக்கிய. சரி சரி, போயிட்டு வாப்பா.
The next principle which I understood, it is knowledge again with self-determination can combine and take you places. I got admission. I have to work hard. There's no substitute for hard work. There's no other substitute for hard work. That's what I learned. I started realizing my family still can't afford this kind of education. I started teaching when I was 9th standard, 10th and 11th. I used to get free books. That's the considerations. It was easy for me to learn 10th and 11th mathematics, and at the same time consideration was setting in. I always wanted to see my mother every week. 10 kilometers I have to get into a bus. So I used to, go to see her every week. I went to the headmaster and I again asked him, I need one more favor from you. I want to work in a supermarket. He's going to give me every week 8 rupees, $1 plus. I need this money for me to support my family. He says, as long as your education is not compromised, go ahead. I started doing it. I started making money, 8 rupees, and every week I was seeing my mother. Mother told me, she's sitting in front of me here. She told me, I'm running short of kerosene. I need 2 tins of kerosene for us to survive for next few weeks. I was determined to get back next week. I went to the shop. I purchased this kerosene. I realized I don't have money to cut across to my village. I was walking nearly 8 to 9 kilometers carrying these heavy kerosene tins that were full of blisters in my hand. I reached the home. I didn't tell my mother I'm not well. I couldn't even sit. She asked me to sit for dinner. I was shivering. I was sitting and she asked me to eat. I couldn't lay my hands on the food. She suddenly shouted at me and turned the hand. It was full of blisters.
என்னடா ராமா இது? எப்படி ஆச்சு?
மண்ணெண்ணெய் டின்ன தூக்கிண்டே வந்தம்மா, பஸ்ஸுக்கு காசு இல்ல.
என்னடா ராமா இப்படி பண்ணிட்ட?
That's the compassion and the love which drives me today. I want to make sure that commitment to family, commitment to society is equally important for you to realize compassion comes in in every walk of life. That should be the driving force for you to be a better human. We're all, in the eyes of God, creatures planted in this planet. Equally important is your skill development. That's what I've learned in my early days. Essentially, to subsidize my education, I used to act in theaters. I used to act in dramas.
நம்ம ராஜசேகருக்கு உங்க ஓட்ட போடுங்க.
அந்த வருஷம் ராஜசேகர் ஜெயிச்சதுக்கு என்னோட மிமிக்ரியும் ஒரு காரணம்.
And I used to get money, consideration for it, and I used to buy my first grinder in my house for my mother, who was manually toiling. I used to replace a good grinder and hand it over to her. I saw the light in her face. These are small things, but come a long way when it comes to your personality makeup.
என்னடா முத்து, அம்மாக்கு உடம்பு சரியில்லையா?
ஆமாண்டா ராமா, ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் செலவுக்கும் பணம் இல்ல. நீ கொஞ்சம் பணம் இருந்தா கூட நாளே நாள்ல திருப்பி கொடுத்துறேன்.
காலேஜ் ஃபீஸ் கட்ட ஸ்காலர்ஷிப் காசு தான் இருக்கு. அம்மா பத்திரமா பாத்துக்கோ.
ரொம்ப நன்றி ராமா.
4 நாள்ல திருப்பி கொடுத்துருவல?
கண்டிப்பாடா.
சரிடா. முத்து சொன்னபடி 4 நாள்ல பணத்தை திருப்பி கொடுக்கல. காலேஜுக்கு ஃபீஸ் கட்ட நாள் நெருங்கிடுச்சு. வேற வழி இல்லாம முத்து வீட்டுக்கு பணத்தை கேட்கலாம்னு போனேன். முத்து, முத்து சார்.
யாரு யாரு பாணி?
நான் முத்துவோட காலேஜ் ஃப்ரெண்ட். முத்து எங்க?
அவன் ஓடி போயிட்டான்.
ஓடி போயிட்டானா? சார் என்ன சார் சொல்றீங்க? அவன் என்கிட்ட 400 ரூபா கடன் வாங்கியிருக்கான் சார்.
பழுது என்னடா பிரயோஜனம்? முன்னாடியே யோசிச்சிருக்கானா? நல்ல நண்பனா இருந்தாலும் கடன் கொடுக்கும்போது கராரா இருந்திருக்கணும். அவன் சொன்னது உண்மையா, பணத்தை திருப்பி தருவானா, எல்லாத்தையும் யோசிச்சிருக்க வேண்டாம். அப்படியே செலவு பண்ணாலும் எப்படா திருப்பி தருவான்? முட்டா பைய. சரி, அவனுக்கு நீ எந்த ஆதாரத்தை வச்சு பணம் கொடுத்த?
சார்,
எவ்வளவு கொடுத்த?
400 ரூபா சார்.
இரு. என்கிட்ட காசு இல்ல. இதை வித்து கிடைக்கிற காசுல காலேஜ் ஃபீஸ் கிடைக்க. ஓ தம்பி, இந்த சைக்கிளையும் எடுத்துட்டு போ. எடுத்துட்டு போ.
நன்றி சார். அன்னைக்கு தான் நான் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டேன் ஒரு பேங்கர் தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டிய முக்கியமான 3C என்னன்னு. அதுதான் கேரக்டர், கெப்பாசிட்டி, கேபிட்டல்.
Professional makeup is all about how you converge you as a person and then certain discipline to run your corporate or personal life or professional life as a convergence criteria. You have to necessarily make sure these are all principle centered. Essentially, the skill development which I have had in the theater was responsible for me when I realized environment sustainability is of greater importance for this world to survive, for future generation to be well off. I realized I want to disseminate knowledge. Way back in 2002, I set in a new mission, and clearly I changed my outfit. I purchased an alligator as well as a python mock-up. I purchased in London, Hamlet toys, went around the world and showcased the importance of global warming and climate change, what we need to articulate for sustainable development. The skill came very handy when it comes to character depiction. The drama theatre helped me to consolidate how to portray the characters and make sure you pass on the message which is important and effective for future generation. You have to necessarily recognize everything is all about team leadership. It is a team which drives the values. No individuals can accomplish anything. Even marriage is a combination of families. Weak and strong, rich and poor, integral part of the family combination. That's what the driving force for you to have value system integrated within yourself. Long way to make sure your family is united. It's not broken. That's what the reflection you see in your character and commitment, that is reflecting in your corporate management is all about. It's all shared vision, shared leadership, which drives the change, and that change can be characterized in your return to all the stakeholders. That's what I understood. Essentially, that's what the lessons I have learned.
வா சீதாராமா. பாட்டி, பாட்டி.
சீதாராமா, பாட்டி ஒரு வாரமா சாப்பிடல, சொட்டு ஜலம் கூட இறங்கல, கண்ணு மூடபடியே இருக்கு, இன்னும் மூச்சு மட்டும்தான் ஒட்டின்னு இருக்கு.
சீதாராமா, பாட்டி கிட்ட பேசுடா. பாட்டி 2 நாள் முன்னாடி வரைக்கும் ராமா ராமான்னு உன் பேரை தான் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தாள்.
பாட்டி, ராமன் வந்திருக்கேன். சீதாராமன் வந்திருக்கேன் பாட்டி. ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಮೋದಕ ಹಸ್ತ ಸಾಮರ ಕರ್ಣ ವಿಳಂಬಿತ ಸೂತ್ರ ವಾಮನ ರೂಪ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರ ಪುತ್ರ ಶ್ರೀ ವಿಘ್ನ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಪಾದ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಓಂ ದೇವ ದೇವ ಸದುರ್ದೇವ ಸಗಚಿತಿ ವಿನಾಯಕ ಅಸ್ಥಿ ರೂಪ ಮಹಾಕಾಯ ಸೂರ್ಯಕೋಡಿ ಸಮಪ್ರಭು. பாட்டி,
when it comes to social responsibility, it is equally important. You not only earn, you give it back to society which has created you. That's what I did. That's what I'm able to do today. The school where I studied with so much difficulty, where there was a free hostel for me, my mother has inaugurated part of the new block to make sure that future generation takes the value advantage. I could afford to communicate and make sure that is what really required to see. Long-term value is all about creating the value and making sure you pass it on for future generation. Not only we leave the better world, we need to leave better citizens to make sure the world is enduring its values for years to come, generations to come.
Dr.Seetharaman from the Doha Bank, please come forward. Because of your expertise, achievement and invaluable contribution to the banking, trade and investment industry, because of your distinguished academic background, because of your extensive experience in integrating people, process, technology and re-engineering, because of your excellence in handling multi-dimensional functions, because of your commitment to corporate social responsibility, global warming and climate change, because of your committed leadership, because of your love of family and friends and your generous spirit with unequaled positive attitudes, the European University, by action of its Board of Trustees, is honored to present you with this degree of Doctor of Civil Laws, honoris causa, on the 20th of June 2012 in Geneva.
Your new world will be adding enduring values as long as you have principle-centered values within you. Knowledge society can never fail. We have to necessarily recognize the change in the global makeup is real and the risk is real as well. Risk is getting redefined. In financial terms, what was once defined as value at risk today is integrated in many respects. If it is a corporate enterprise, it's clearly integrated shareholders and stakeholders' values, public-private partnership models are evolving. You have to realize this is your world. This world is giving you exciting opportunity as long as you realize principle-centered value is within you. I call it a self-realization. Tattvam, this is what we have been told. Realize yourself. The gurus, in my language, you have to express Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parambrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. That's the value systems. Respect your teachers. They are your third guard. Then comes the respective religion teaches you the value systems which you have inherited through your parents. It means you and me have to come together. We as collectively have to respond to the changing dynamics for us to realize the world will become a better place if you follow the principle-centered truth. That's what Satyameva Jayate. That's what exactly Mahatma Gandhi has said. We need to love everyone. We like everyone. Every day is interesting. Every day is exciting. Every day is challenging. Every day is inspirational. Every day is motivational. That's what we need to understand. Peace is within you. You create peace. Your heart and mind has to reconcile to see you create a better world for yourself. If you start loving yourself, loving your neighbor, the world is becoming a better place. That's what Mahatma Gandhi said. And service to humanity is ultimate. Finding yourself, he said, is all about servicing others, and losing for others is what the real service. That's what Mahatma Gandhi has said. So, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear students, everything is interesting and exciting. Every day, everything is inspirational as long as we believe in principle-centered truth. Nothing but truth can take you places. Trust in yourself. God is within you. Realize yourself. World is yours. You will become better citizens. You will create a better world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attention.